Howdy folks, Rob here. And one of the pitfalls of working nights is, you don't sleep very well. So it's about 4:30 in the morning. I thought I'd come out here to the shop and we're going to clean up this Diamondback and do a little look at it. And we're going to clean it up and hopefully we're going to put some rain. If it don't rain, they're giving rain here today. But if it doesn't rain, and one of my viewers, we was talking about that, and he wanted to see the muzzle dirty. Well, that's after it's been shot, and I can't really see, much indicating. There's not much carbon on it. I have not cleaned it off, so, I mean, not much carbon on the barrel. So, I've had some suggestions, and we're going to try some of those. One thing is, I really didn't have a decent backing for my target, and those are just paper targets. So maybe it was just ripping the paper, and I hope that's all it is. I hope that this gun shoots well. I'm sure it'll shoot better than I can shoot it. But I had another subscriber, and let's go ahead and remove this cylinder so we can get access to it. Let me grab a punch here, and we'll just go over how to remove it while we're here. Let me grab a punch out of here. That might be too big. But anyway, in order to remove your cylinder, there's a detent in here. And are we getting it? So you push in on that detent, and you just kind of have to, pull up on your cylinder there till you feel it start to come up. It's not real intuitive. It's not the easiest thing to do. You got to kind of feel for where it releases it at. Hopefully I'm pushing it in far enough. Maybe I need a smaller punch. Let's go with something a little smaller. That might be too big. Sorry guys, but oh yeah, that's better. So you push your detent in while you're pulling up on your cylinder, and then you and there it comes out. Now you got it. This thing is spring loaded, so you have to let go easy, because inside there is a spring. Well, the spring's not coming out, but you can see right there is a spring and a detent. So you do not want to lose that detent. So one of my viewers suggested that I take a 22 round and we'll stage it into the forcing cone. Now, that bullet goes completely in there, and looks like maybe even a little bit of the brass extends. So that might indicate maybe the forcing cone being a little big. I'm not sure. But anyway, the round does go up past the bullet and actually onto the brass. Now this is in your cylinder. The brass is not going to go in there, but that just gives you an indication of the size of the forcing cone. And we'll try to get a better look at that. As you can see, there's the bullet. So the bullet actually goes quite a ways into the forcing cone before it actually starts tightening down. And this gun does have a long forcing cone, so I don't know if that would have anything to do with it or not, but let's hope it's just me. I hope this is just me seeing things that that are not really there. But anyway, I thought we'd clean this gun up, and we're going to clean out the cylinder, and hopefully that will allow for some easier extraction of the rounds. So let me gather up some stuff here. Let's get us a cleaning rag. We'll need our punch again here in a minute. So let's take our boar snake here, and this is one sent to me by my good buddy Mark Thomas. I know I say that every time I use it, but Mark was good enough to send me this when he knew I couldn't find one. So what we're going to take here is some CLP, and we're going to spray. We're just going to spray some generously on this cylinder from both ends. We're going to saturate it up good. And I'm going to take my bore brush, and I'm going to start right here at the one where it's marked 22 LR. That way I'll know where I've been. So we're going to start and work our way around, pulling this through each one until we have it, until we went all the way around it. And hopefully this will help with the extraction issues. As you can see, I had to hit that thing pretty hard, and I'm a little concerned about if I continually have to hit it this hard. This little crane right here is not very big, so I mean, you know, a lot of force hitting that every time might hurt the longevity of it. So, you know, I'd rather they come out easier. I know they may not come out, they might not just fall out, but I would hope that they would come out easier after this cleaning and little lubrication. I will admit I didn't clean this gun before I shoot it, and I normally do that. I was anxious to get the first shots in it and get a video out on it, so I kind of rushed the gun on my normal process and didn't do that initial maintenance that I would have probably normally done to ensure that it gets its best opportunity, and that's on me. I'll own that one. So we started here. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. And somebody also asked me, was I sure that I was using the 22 long rifle cylinder? And yes, I was. As you can see right there, that's the one we're cleaning. So it was the 22 long rifle cylinder. And I do know that the 22 Magnum rounds are a little bit larger, and that might be the reason. We'll get a Magnum round here in a minute and check it in the forcing code, and you know, it might be that this gun is more optimized for 22 Magnum than it is 22, which I would hope that it would be optimized for both. You know, because I'm going to shoot far more 22 long rifle through this than I ever will 22 Magnum. Because guys, this little gun has the potential to be a great little backpacking gun, truck gun. I mean, you got double action capability. You got the capability of 9 rounds of 22 Magnum in a double action revolver. You know, that would make a pretty good you know, pack gun or a truck gun or a backpacking gun. It's a little heavy, but you know, you get 9 rounds of 22 Magnum, and you know, that would dispatch a lot of things out there, and could be used as a self-defense. I mean, 9 rounds of 22 Magnum in a controllable gun. Could be a good alternative for a self-defense gun if it's you know, if it turns out to be a durable firearm. And I think we're back to the 22. Yeah, and of course you see I've got this thing wet with CLP, so we're definitely giving it a good lube in there and cleaning all these cylinders. So alright, there we went through all of our cylinders and cleaned them out. Let's wipe off all this excess CLP. Take our brush here and get the carbon off the backside. Kind of get the carbon off the back of this cylinder. Give the front a little brush in there, and that should have us cleaned up on the 22 long rifle. So I'm going to grab a 22 Magnum over there, and we're going to look how the forcing cone, because I do know that there's a slight difference in diameter. I think it's a thousandth of an inch difference between a 22 Magnum and a 22 long rifle. So there is a slight difference in the... Let me grab a Magnum. So here we have a 22 Magnum round, and we're going to take a look here. We're going to come in from this side, and the 22 Magnum actually goes quite a ways in there too. I don't know if you can see that, but it goes into right there where my fingers are. So what we'll do here is we'll actually take our magic marker here, and I'm going to push that in as far as it goes, and I'm going to make a mark, and let's see how far this round extends into the forcing cone. And that's how far, that's how. So I don't know if maybe this forcing cone is oversized. We'll just have to shoot it more. I'm hoping that it's it's just it's something to work itself out. So we're going to give it a little CLP, shoot a little down the barrel, put a little back here, and we're just going to give this gun a little cleaning. But this is a copy of the old high standard .9, which were good guns as far as I know. I owned one high standard in my life, and it was a .9, and I was a young boy, and my dad had given me I can't remember if it was a foxhound pup or a coonhound pup, but he'd given me that pup, and there was an old feller used to trade with my dad all the time, and he wanted that dog real bad, and he brought up that high standard .9, and it was in like a nickel finish, and to me, I seen that nickel shiny finish, and I traded him my dog for that. And when I got it, tried to shoot it, the thing had been shot so many thousands of times that it was literally, you couldn't, the timing was so bad off that you literally couldn't shoot it. So I traded my dog for a worn out gun, and that was one of my first lessons in trading. So I started young trading, not only dogs and guns and knives, and you name it. Back then we used to trade cassette tapes, and you all probably don't, a lot of you'll remember, vinyl records and cassettes and things of that. Me and my buddies were always trading something. Knives, guns, dogs, you name it. If it could be traded, we'd trade for it. So we've went down our barrel. Let's see what let's just see if we can see our rifling. Let me get my little flashlight out here and see if we can get a look down there. Rifling looks pretty decent on it, as far as I can tell. Looks to have pretty nice, kind of like a micro groove rifling, kind of like you'd see in a Marlin. Not a real deep defined groove. So anyway, we got that cleaned up, and we'll reassemble it here. So to reassemble it, you would take your cylinder and you'd place it back in here. You can see it's got a little notch right here, kind of a little relief right here, and you want to get that right here. Push your punch in and just push it in to where you kind of feel it go in front. Push it down, locks in. So it's definitely easier to put in than it is to take out. And I don't know if I mentioned or not though, but these guns actually will use Ruger Wrangler grips, so that gives you a large assortment of different types of grips. But these are actually a pretty nice grip. They're not a slick hard plastic like's on the Wrangler. They're actually a pretty smooth grip. Now we are going to put a little drop of CLP right in here on our cylinder stop. We'll put a little drop here on our hand, and a little bit here on our crane, or on our cylinder. A little bit right there. Drop on our cylinder stop. And I always like to pull the hammer back and put a drop or two kind of down beside the hammer and let that kind of run down. And that's pretty well it. And I do hope this gun works out. This has the potential to be a good gun. So anyway, guys, there's I kind of try to give you look at the muzzle, the crown of it, and it is concave, and the forcing cone, and what I plan to do tomorrow if it doesn't rain. Now here's my plan. I plan on setting up a poster board and put some 1-inch dots on. I have some target dots here that I'm gonna put on a poster board. And what I want to do is get about 4 different types of ammunition to put through this gun. And I also want to, we're going to put some Magnum too, but I want to take my Ruger Wrangler and my Heritage Rough Rider and shoot them with the same ammunitions and compare the holes that it actually makes in the target to see if, if they're doing the same thing, then it's probably just the cheap paper targets tearing. I actually hope this is a good gun. I really do. I watched a bunch of videos on this, and some of them I would watch and they'd be shooting at paper, and I'd think, them holes look kind of ragged, and one of them I watched was a Firearms Addict, and I actually messaged him, and I said, did you notice have you shot your gun since, and have you thinks it's keyholing and or the bullets are tumbling? And he's like, yeah, I don't really, hadn't shot it since, and I hadn't thought about that. So he's doing another video. He's going to do a video on his too, to see if that's an issue with his. So hopefully if it is a problem, Diamondback will take care of it, and because these are a new product for them. This gun wasn't cheap. I think the suggested retail's $320. I actually paid $300 cash out the door for this one. So, it's not a cheap gun for a 22. Like one of my subscribers said, you could almost buy 3 Heritages, and for that. And that's true, you could. But this gun does have the advantage of the double action, and it's not a bad double action. It's hard, but it's not a bad double action. I mean, I can see that being shootable. Of course, I shake like a leaf. And another one of them made a comment that if it was no more accurate than it is at 10 yards, but like I said, guys, I shake like a leaf. I can't see because of my glasses. Using me as an indicator of how accurate something is really doing injustice to the gun. I mean, if you have an interest in one of these, and if you can find one on rental, that would be the way to go. Go to a range where they have one of these on rental, and check it out, and put some shots to it. Watch what it does on the paper, and see how accurate you can be with it, because I almost guarantee any one of you out there can outshoot me, because I'm just physical reasons. I just can't shoot like I used to, and I ain't gonna even try to pretend I can, because I can't. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you've seen anything in this that looked a little, out of whack, leave a comment. And if it doesn't rain here tomorrow, we are shooting this gun some more, because I want to know, is this a good gun or not? And if it ain't, I want to know what they're going to do to rectify it. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Like I said, if you see something that you looked a little iffy to you, chime in. And if you're not a subscriber, please feel free to subscribe. And we'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.